Hello everyone, it's Creepy and Tina.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. We trust that everybody's having a fantastic day and that you guys are in the best of health.
Yes, with health as always being most important. So today we are going to kind of go back. We used to do these videos a while back when we were in the DR and we were trying to help people relocate.
Yes, we did.
And so we've got, I would say, a different crowd now. People thinking to relocate all over, not just Portugal.
Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we just figured we'd do another video on a checklist on the 5 things that you can do right now while you're sitting, wherever you're sitting, house, work, car, whatever, wherever you are right now, you can start doing these things to help prepare you to move abroad.
Right.
And to live outside the box and hopefully a great life.
Right.
Now these are in no particular order, but we'll get into the first one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. And I would think that this would absolutely be number 1, but hey, we'll see. For others it might not be. It's to do that homework. Gather all the information needed for things like visa requirements, safety of the country, the quality of life that you could living there, because obviously you're choosing that country for a reason. So let's deep dive into that country. Let's figure out what, why, where, and how can I get to that new country.
Right, pros and cons. You definitely want to know what you're getting yourself into before you get there.
Right, because you do want to make a good choice, because you don't want to make choices and have to country hop. Hopefully you'll do great, and even if you explore the country and go to different places in the country, you'll choose right for the country. Right. But you know, no one's locked in. Live your life.
There you go.
That's what I say. That's what we do. Live your life. So the second one would also to be have a realistic timeline, because always factor in how long is that country going to take, right? How hard is it going to be for me to do and everything I have to do to get into that country, but most importantly with that timeline to stick to it. Right. Because a lot of people don't stick to their timeline. Yeah,
if you don't stick to that timeline, you'll miss the window, and then before you know it, no telling what's going to happen. No,
you wasted time and money.
You wasted, for sure. Definitely for sure. Yeah. But just make a good effort, basically. Just make a good effort. Yeah. Just be a stickler to it.
For us, we tried a timeline, but it was the country visa process, because they were busy and it was backed up. So we were in country waiting for it all to come through a lot longer than what we thought. Right. Because we didn't think we'd be in Vegas that long.
Sure didn't.
But we were. But at least we were with the kids, so.
It was well worth it. Every minute, it was well worth it. Because at the end of the day, you got a passport stamp, bang, we're out of there. On the airplane, everything smoking.
Yep. So the next thing you want to make sure that you start doing is to sort out your current living situation. Take a hard look at things, right? Decide if it's financially wise to either downsize your living situation currently, or do you want to ship all of that, or do you maybe want to store some of that? Because we've seen all instances with the expat community out here. Some of them have stored things with family members or in a storage unit in the US, and they only bring it over as needed or as they want it. Some people downsize, because I live by the thing that if you're not using it, why do you have it?
Well, you have it, yep.
So you might as well downsize. And a lot of the things you need in this current life, when you move to that other country, like we've said in other videos, you might not need. Right. You'll find it out there, or you'll find different alternatives. Right. Where you're living. Or you can choose to do what you did, and that's ship everything and cost a lot. Yeah,
ship everything. And not just ship everything, but also shipping stuff with the wrong wattage. Burning stuff up when we got here.
Well, they might be going to places that have the same wattage. We don't know where you're going to move to, so.
Well, if they come over that water, it's going to be 220.
That's true. The next is to prepare your finances. Right. You always want to include a budget, and in that budget, you have to have room for relocation costs. Relocation costs might be something like your moving expenses, or it might be something like, I'm downsizing, so now I'm going to have to buy things new for my home when I get there, because I don't want to take all my kitchen stuff. Right. I need kitchen appliances, you know, like you said, wattage issues. You might have to get new appliances, new hair dryer, whatever you're going to need. You need to have room in that budget for your relocation costs. And then I cannot stress enough, and we've said it so many times, that you should have a regular monthly budget once you've settled, and you need to kind of keep that on track, especially for at least a year, because that budget will keep that, you know, like, what do you say? It's like, it's something normal, you know, like normality in your life. It helps you to keep on track, so that money is not something that you're stressing out about. Because 9 times out of 10, if you come out here and you say, I have no budget, it's like what I said. If I told you, oh, I have no budget, then you are going to say, oh, well, here's this and that and this and that, and you're going to overspend, and it might cause problems in your relationship. If you're single, it might blow your budget because you're the only one, you know, taking care of you. And then you're like, this was a terrible move. I'm spending way too much money. So always try to keep and maintain a steady budget. Now, will the budget fluctuate after a few years? Probably.
Yeah, probably just a little bit.
Because you learn how to live better, number one, to get to maneuver, shall I say, and get around for better deals and for this and that. And then you might decide that there's something that you want to spend your money on, like us, travel.
Right. And you'll make some adjustments when you get out and about doing what you want to do.
Right, but for the most part, we kind of stay on budget.
Yeah, pretty much. Because
sometimes we blew it. Christmas, we blew it.
It's your money is everything, so you want to make sure you can't have a quality of life if you don't have your money intact. That's very important.
That's true. And then last, I would say, find housing that's going to be conducive to your established budget, but make sure that it meets the immediate needs of that transition. Meaning that you may say, oh, I have, you know, like this $4,000, $5,000 house payment, and I cannot wait to get an apartment for $600. But you had that $4,000 or $5,000 payment because you lived in a massive home. Now you're talking about living in a 1,000 square foot
apartment.
First of all, your stuff's not even going to fit into that.
There you go.
Right?
Sure won't fit.
And secondly, you're not going to be used to it. And what we see a lot happening is people take these apartments in the middle of nowhere. They're not buying anything. Everything that they need is far away. They come out without a car. So really think about how you're coming to this new country. You know, you may not have everything at once, so at least make home comfortable and what you need, and be realistic with your partner, by yourself, whatever. Make that list of what's really important that you really, really need, because you can find it. A lot of people get frustrated and say, I won't find it. And we did that when we were looking at apartments.
Sure did. Said that.
I would find something, and then you'd say, it doesn't have this and that, and I need that. And I'd go, you're being picky. And you were like, well, no, these are things that I really need. And so I was like, okay, let's look at another place. And then I'd be like, well, that doesn't have something that I really need or that I really want. And it's just, like I said, when we wake up in the morning, there's just things that we need. I need air conditioning, you need heat.
And I need an elevator.
And an elevator and a parking spot. And just getting up in the morning, having a bathroom big enough to be like, hi, when we're brushing our teeth together. Or a kitchen big enough, if you guys have seen our tour of our apartment. If not, go back and watch that video, where you can make your tea, I can make my coffee, and Milo can sit here and have her breakfast while we're all in the kitchen.
There you go.
I mean, these are things we need. It's not may not be things you need, but you need to look at things like that. Are you going to have guests? Do you need a second bedroom? Do you need a second bathroom?
Right. Absolutely. All these things are very, very important because when you get to where you're going and you end up, you have one restroom, and then you have family members or whoever come visit you. Now you guys gonna be taking a number, waiting in line to use that one restroom. So
like you're at the restaurant or the bar.
That is something to think about.
At the club, waiting outside.
At the club, everybody in the line waiting to get into the baño. Okay, so it's something to think about, because when you used to, we was in the States, our big old house, we had 3 restrooms.
Yes.
We had 2 baths and a half. It was great. The guests had their bathroom downstairs. We had our nice little big old restroom. The kids had theirs. It was just, everything's worked out great. But when you move, everything is different. So now if you end up moving in a smaller place and you got one restroom, that's going to be a problem.
Right. Yeah, and just not bathroom. It's size, and it's able. We have the ability that in front of us is our desk, so we're talking to you guys from our office space.
Right.
But we still have our living space, and we have our entertaining space, and we have a spare bedroom, and we have our bedroom. So, and especially what's very important to us, maybe not to you, was outdoor space.
Yeah.
So realistically, sit down, do a budget, gather your information. So do your homework, like you always say. If you plan, if you don't plan,
you plan to fail.
There you go. You want to sort out your current living situation, whether it be downsizing or whatever. You got to prepare that finance and budget, and it can work. Look at us.
Yes, we come together. So keep those things in mind, and we're not just talking about stuff out of the top of our heads. This is something that we experienced because we actually walked through this from day one, A1, from the dock of Los Angeles, California, shipping our stuff to the Dominican Republic and getting that stuff shipped from the Dominican Republic out here. We went through the whole process of that, the living spaces, shipping stuff that we really should have left in the States or just doing the garbage. Because it's a different season, different area here, and everything's different. So keep that in mind, trying to help you to make the best decision so when you get out here, you won't fail, but you'll love where you're going to be at. Whatever country you decide, you're going to love being there, and you won't be coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly.
So, in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed.
Yes, and as always, if you have not hit that subscribe, hit it. Make sure you give this and all videos a thumbs up so we can keep the algorithm growing and we can keep bringing you great content like this. And hit that notification bell if you'd like to see more videos like this.
You know what to do. So until the next video, peace.